Yeah, so sort of, summer holidays were over and it got towards September, didn't it? And then we sort of engaged those neighbourhood volunteering workers, which, really provided a massive contribution to sort of all the, because we had all those volunteers, didn't we? And sort of more kept coming on, and I think we've got something like over 750. So that was really good that they were able to sort of be assigned, those volunteers were able to be assigned to their own neighbourhood volunteering worker.
Definitely, yes, yeah. And we had more roles coming in at that point as well, didn't we?
Sort of, we had roles that we wanted them to do.
Yes,
and so they stepped into those roles.
Yeah, I mean, driving was one of the main ones, wasn't it?
Yes.
Drivers, which has been like that all the way through this pandemic, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The call out for drivers. But our own team of drivers have been so invaluable, really, haven't they? Helping, delivering with the free school meals. We helped several high schools in Salford, haven't we? High schools and primary schools to deliver free school meals when children were sent home to isolate, and then in the third lockdown when schools didn't reopen, suddenly we had hundreds. There were hundreds of children that needed the meals delivering, and our volunteers stepped up to help with that as well.
Yeah, they were pretty amazing actually, because sort of like, some weeks there were just like so many meals.
There were hundreds.
And there were sort of like, in some respects there was almost like a small cohort of these drivers.
Yes.
That just, we text them and they just did.
Yeah, they appeared like magic, didn't they?
They did. They just said, yes, I'll help.
Yes, yeah, it was fantastic, and we just wouldn't have been able to do it without them, would we?
Yeah, and sort of, they were sort of pretty organised, because, they just used to have to drive from one postcode to the next and dropping these meals off, and you can imagine
they really supported.
They did, brilliant. Yeah, and then there was sort of other roles like the trusted voices. That's also been a really good role, hasn't it? And a lot of people have engaged with that role.
This is it, yeah. The trusted voices has been brilliant. People can sign up as a trusted voices champion. They get a message from us every week, and then they share that messaging. So it's a public health messaging, whether it's hands, face, space, whether it's helping to raise awareness about getting vaccines, and then they share that messaging within their own networks, whether that's social media or chatting to the friends and family, and it just really helps to get that messaging out there.
Really, really important. Yeah, well, I've got another one.
You've got some more feedback.
I've got some more feedback. Do you want to hear it?
I do, of course.
This is actually from one of our Trusted Voices champions.
Brilliant.
Who's giving some feedback. And they said the Trusted Voices messages are useful because they give the backstory to the briefings people see on TV. They give the bigger picture and explain why something is needed. Some people think, why should I do that? And the messages help spell out the consequences if you don't. I think that's really important. Yeah.
I think that's a really good summary of exactly what it's trying to achieve, isn't it? And that's somebody speaking to friends and family in their own community, and really...
And all from the comfort of their own home as well.
Yes, they can do it from home. Yeah.
And so that role was accessible to a lot of people, because even if they sort of were isolating, or if we were in a lockdown, they could still undertake that role and get those messages out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant.